Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel, Misadventures with Mixed Media. My name is Darcy. I'm so glad you've come by to see what I've got. Okay, let's not make the same mistake again. Had the envelope sitting there with my address, and that wasn't good. So I ordered a fabric pack from Jessica Wrap, and this is what came in it. So I wanted to show this, and my hands are covered in paint because I was watching a live with Penny, who has a group Junk Journal with Penny. She also has a YouTube page too, so you can go check her out. So, but these fabrics were from Jessica Wrap, and this little piece right here, I recognize because it's on my quilt that my great-grandma made for me. And we got a few yo-yos, and nice thick piece of cotton, that'll be great for stamping on, and a piece of quilt top here. I did figure out why this was covered. They covered it so it would probably stop ripping, but I can just put little pieces of fabric over it and then still have the rest of that quilt. Spicy, kiddo? And
no,
then some little
bits. Because I'm bleeding everywhere because you just had a shot.
Oh, I thought I was going to do that shot. Sorry. Sorry, my poor kid had to give himself 2 of his own shots today. Oh, the poor baby. He's 19. He'll live. Alright, and then...
You want to use this for anything?
No, thank you. Well, you know how junk journals reuse a lot of stuff? My son just asked me if I wanted his bloody tissue to use in junk journaling. Alright. Oh my goodness. I've been, Shell and Clint have been doing some eco prints using their, well, she's got a Gemini. I use my Sizzix Big Shot. And I actually use the back side of this fabric because it's got like a shiny, it's got a chevron, but it's kind of shiny, and I don't really care for that as much. So I think I'd rather use the fabric inside out anyway, so it's just a chevron without being shiny. So I did these on the back side of the fabric. This is just fabric that came with other pieces of fabric in a bag from a thrift store. It's not something I probably would have picked out for myself. So we've got some ivy leaves, and I have like 1 million leaves, ivy leaves, so I will probably do those again. And I have 1 million of these big leaves too, right here. And these are actually variegated leaves. They came out really well. I have a lot of those too. It's some kind of ground cover. So that, and then this is a variegated hosta leaf, which I love how that came out. And I need to, I only have like 2 hostas in my yard right now. And that variegated stuff and some other stuff has taken it over, so it doesn't have a lot of sun. So yeah, that hosta, hopefully it'll come back next year after I take off all its leaves this year. And then this one actually did on the shiny side. Is where I pressed the leaves on that side. And then these leaves did okay. It's really, I think I like these leaves better on paper than on the fabric. This was my favorite. So I did the fabric with the leaves, and this was, oh, and then I did a piece of cardstock folded. So there's actually a matching piece of cardstock. That was the first one I did like that. So the cardstock got some of the bleed through, not much on that side. And see, even you can see like the linen, the fabric pattern too. Yeah, so that gave me the right thickness with this and the leaves and that on my Sizzix Big Shot. And this is my absolute favorite one. I almost want to frame one of them and put it on my wall. And then this was, you know how on your boards, you have like all the indentations from all the thinlits? Look, that's what happened right there. That's what that's from. It took me a minute. I'm like, how did that happen? And then I realized, oh, I had so many. It was, you know, it's just so thick. So this is magnolia. Oh, this one actually stayed green. Okay, the one trick that I figured out is you need to use your leaves quickly because, well, the magnolias are going to turn brown regardless, probably. But the longer they sit, the less green they have, and they start to be more brown. And I'll show you. Some of these I stacked, I folded 3 pieces of cardstock. So I like would put, let's see, I don't know. So I'd put like some leaves here, And then I'd put leaves there, and leaves there, and then leaves there, leaves there. And then I'd have like a whole stack, which made it really thick. So some of this is even like embossed with the pattern. But this one I didn't take off. This was like a 3 little magnolia leaves, and I didn't take off that little stem they were attached to, so it made it too thick right there, and that's why that ripped. But you can see these leaves, this was one of the last batch I did, and so the leaves that were green at the beginning were more brown the longer the leaves sat. So, and that one, oh, that one you can see all the dies imprinted, embossed on there too. So yep, this one's like embossed with leaves. It was just too thick there. So these are all the ones, all the printing I did today. The eco printing, I'm going to call it. It's not really dyeing so much, it's more printing. And I think I like it better when I do like this, and then, because some of them I did like this, and then put them through, and I think I like that better, because sometimes the green goes through and it just gets a little too muddy. So yeah, that's the variegated leaves of that ground cover we have. And then it must have gone, it went through a little bit. And then, oh my goodness, I need to find more of these. I was like, how come I can't get the leaf off of there? But I was like, oh my goodness, the leaf, it looked like it was almost as dark as the leaf originally was. It was so cool. So that was like my favorite little tiny bit. So that one. And then you can see some from the one behind it. Kind of got embossed there. This is embedded in there. That must have been one that was with those magnolia leaves. So these are a little more messy just because they were stacked. And because it was too thick in some spots, and so I don't know, I'll have to try it with just 2 cardstock next time maybe and see. And then maybe put a piece of just regular paper in between the 2, and that way any bleed over. So I do them faced each way so that I have a combination on both sides. So when I put it in a journal, it'll still look kind of cool. But yeah, these were towards the end too, and they were a little more brown than the first ones. And then I'm like, is this a different kind of paper? It might be. This one was folded, but it also, I think the texture on there was from the fabric. Kind of made a texture on the paper. So, but yeah, I mean, you can even see some of like the cream in there. That was from the, and this was the very first one I did, and that's just clovers. Don't worry, I left plenty of clovers out there for clovers to grow for the bees. So that was so cute. So this is brochure paper. So I had it folded like that, and it wasn't quite thick enough, so I put a piece of cardstock folded through with it, and it was thick enough to do, and it didn't stick to it. And I don't know if it's because it's a little thicker than regular copy paper. This brochure paper. So, and then, oh yeah, on this side you can see from the plate. And then here's the magnolia on the fabric. See, and these were not the dried out leaves I was using. Like the younger ones that I did right away did okay, the smaller ones. But the bigger ones definitely give you some brown, but it's kind of got a red on the edge too, which is cool. And that's what it looks like on the other side. So that was all my eco printing. And then this is a piece of big like art paper that I dyed. So the brown bits are, a lot of this I dunked in the tea dye, and then I sprayed it with green dye or let's see, green dye, and then I also had like a mix at the end with the tea. To the leftover tea I added like some blue and green, and basically the orange gets canceled out and you end up with mostly green. And so some of these that are really grungy were sprayed with that tea dye mix, and some were dipped in tea dye and sprayed with different colors. It's hard to tell what's what. So I have all these business card things that you can print on, because, you know, I was going to do my own business, make my own business cards. So I decided to go ahead and dye some of those, and I can use those in journals. And this was a different brand. Like this one is like matte on both sides, and this one was glossy on one side, the back side, I guess. But it still looks really cool with those swatches. If I make them into tags. And some jumbo. There you can see the tea dye and the green. And you can see where it was a little bit purple from the last time I dyed, which I actually like when that happens. This is the one with the glossy back. This is the one with the matte back. I really like how it got darker on the edges there. That was cool. So I'll show you what one of these looks like. Or did I just show you? I think I showed you. So when you take it apart, it still looks pretty cool. And they're nice and grungy. They're grungy. And then this was, this must have been in that stuff for my friend. But that's how that one turned out. And it was like 4 pieces. But it wasn't the stickers. I don't know. Kind of like the business card, but that size. And then this was just tea dyed. My cat walked on it, and so it got a little embossed. And that one got some green on it too. Tea dye with a little bit of green. The other 2 of these, they got really dark, and I don't know if it's because of what they're made of or what. That's really cool. More tea dye, food coloring, and tea dye combined. They look really grungy. You go through these a little fast. Put it on 2 times so it will go faster. All right, okay, slow down though. Let's see. That's because of the tea dye, that little. These I stuck in the tea and then sprayed, I think. No, these were when I had all the mix of the colors. And then I used this stencil and I just kind of laid them on and laid them under and laid them, so you're going to see a little bit of the design from that stencil, a little bit of the design from the stencil. You can see where the cards overlapped on each other. See the design? There's actually the tea dye that went through, that came out from the design. Isn't that neat? These are good and grungy, aren't they? And that one you can see where all the cards were laid on top of each other. And another one, I don't know. Can you see it? I don't know. Alright, I can go faster now. I think, oh, there's the last rose, I think. I don't know. That was cool how that came out. Oh, there's a rose. That one, the ones on top do one thing and the ones on the bottom do another thing. I have a little bit of red on it from what it was laying on. So these are super grungy. That one I laid on the metal. That one came out really cool. And that one I laid on the, what is it called? Ironing board. And let's see, some of these are fairly plain, just grungy. But some of them will be more interesting. That one was almost dry when I laid it on the clover leaf or cloth foil. A lot of these I just kind of dried on. Oh, and then this is the food coloring, and just sprayed different food colorings all over it. So I think that one is like the corn, and that is the cornflower, I think, or forget-me-nots, one of those. And then that was just a piece that was ripped, and I was like, yeah, I'll just go ahead and dye it. So that's got the food colorings. One was called corn, and the other one is cornflower or forget-me-nots, I forget. Probably forget-me-nots. And that was just spraying all the sprays, the blue greens and the greens. And I mixed the blue with some of the brown, and I mixed this, I think is maple, before I mixed it with brown. And this was the corn. Wait, is this the corn color? No, I think that's just tea dye. Sorry about the sound of the paper, it's really loud. Yeah, so fine when I'm moving stuff here, it does get a little loud over. So that has a little bit of that. Because the microphone's like right there in front of where the paper is. This one is just sprayed with the corn color before I added the brown. And I believe this is wrinkled because I think my cat stepped on it. So I think that's actually from her paw print. As is, wait, where's the other one? Oh, and this I laid on paper towel. That's how you get those little bits of splotchiness. And this is more like a resume paper. There's a watermark on it. You probably can't see the little bit. You can see the watermark. That's another piece of the resume paper. That soaked up some of that. So that's fun. Ooh, someone's grilling. Smells good. And a lot of the green is called avocado, and I love it. It is nice, good green for, and then this is just a mix of the greens and blues. And it's just all super grungy. I don't know what happened there. It almost looks like a piece of bleach got on it and started making holes in it, but maybe if there was still some bleach from another time. And this bit would be from being on either a paper towel or a napkin. The paper towels seem to work better than the Bounty napkins. And then that, I have a pan, so I just kind of did it there. So when you fold the paper, oops, it's almost like, you know, a side border kind of. Got a little tea dye and some blue on there. And that, I think I did tea dye and sprayed some of the corn or maple or something. That must have been laying on something else. So yeah, and then I needed some of the longer paper tea dye. I didn't have a lot of it. But I love that look too, you know. Okay. A lot of this is just, well, that one came out really cool. And then the other stencil I laid, so you can barely see it there. Let's see if you can see it a little bit more there. And oh, there. But then as it was drying, after it was like still wet for a while, I laid it on the metal sheet. And that had some purple on it from before. And so this is cool because to fit more on there, I just lay this beside it, and then it's like a little, either on the top or the bottom, you have a cool little border, especially if you lay it nice and straight. Alright, these are all just regular tea dye, not much going on with them. And I couldn't find my rose tea, just the regular black tea, so I used iced tea. But I used half as many packets because it looked like there was twice as many. Well, I don't know how that happened, but it's really cool. I wish I knew how I did that. That has a little bit of the quatrefoil on it. So yeah, the iced tea, I did half as many packets, and then that's the last one. Still did I did 4 of my cinnamon tea in there because I don't like the smell of tea, so I add cinnamon tea so I won't hate it so much. And then this is also from the paper towel. We'll get that kind of a thing going on. And then the color seeps into your paper towel. So the next time you lay another color on your paper towel, that color you put on there seeps into the paper towel, and color from the paper towel seeps up into your paper, and you get really fun, cool designs. So we were playing with Penny, was doing a live, making mixed media tags. Oh, where's the one? I don't even know what happened to it. I did one with a letter on it. Mostly I was just kind of doing my own thing over here. Just kind of making a mess. Oh, here it is. I think she did love, L-O-V-E. I don't know what I'll do. So yeah, these were, and then I did some doodling on that. I might do some more doodling. Alright, so let's get to our book cover though. I need to work on the book cover. Let's see. I need to make room to work on the book cover. Where is the book cover? I had it earlier, I swear. I swear. Did I decide which was going to be the front and which was going to be the back? It's hard to tell where that big splotch was now, so it probably doesn't really matter. And you can't tell the direction of the letters really, so. Alright. I don't know if that's wet or not. Let's not take a chance. Alright, I'm just going to use the back off of this.
The other house or what?
Okay. It's too short the other way, so I'm doing it the long way. And I'm not going to cut it while it's on the book, but I am going to. I'm just doing it just the tiniest bit smaller. Where'd my pencil go? Well, It's gonna be covered. It won't matter. Just use something. Just find something and use it, lady. Oh my goodness. Alright, I only want to use a piece. Good. Okay. And then the width. I still need to trim that off, don't I? It's going to be to about here. I'll do that in a minute after I cut this. Cutting mat, cutting mat. I find that if I can use a straight edge, I get a straighter. Oh, there's one. Okay, good. And if it's level, a little bit better even. There we go. My good strong one. I'm not sure what happened to my metal. So, oh, this has a metal edge to it though. Which side is metal? That's the metal edge. I'm off my page on this side. That's not good. That's actually probably a little dangerous. So this should be, oops. Good and thick enough. If I feel like I need to double it, I will. Okay, I did say I was going to clean this up a little, didn't I? Do it while I have this mat here. I didn't cut the wrong thing. Oh shoot. Nope, okay. There we go. That's cleaned up on that side. Oh, it's not as much to clean up on that side. Even though I actually thought that side had more to clean up. Kind of going at an angle, just so I get it straight, because it's all going to be covered. Try that again. Go in this way. Can't see what I'm doing though. Really didn't need to go over quite that far, did I? There we go. There. Nice clean edge. Now I can tell how wide, that's the right way, yep, how wide this needs to be. So I'm going to mark it, in case this isn't straight, I'm going to mark it on each side. Oh, I need an eighth of an inch though, don't I? Duh. Alright, so an eighth of an inch there, and give or take. Let me see for oh, and there was one more. Oh, I don't know where it went now. Oh, here it is. There was one more. I thought there had been 3 in the thing from Jessica. All right. This is 1 and oh my word, quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sixteenths. And this side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just about. Oh, good. So let's just go ahead and line that up. Anybody know what oh goodness gracious. I was going to ask where the cover was. Yep. That's my life. Asking stupid questions. Let's go this way so I have a little more space. This one, I think this roll is fine. And it should be once I put whatever it is I'm going to put, what am I going to put? Alright, now before I put this in, I need to figure out where I put my, let's use the light, the dark gray. No, the light gray. Yeah, because it matters that much, right? Okay. This is just from it came with a kit. I think it's linen thread. Alright, so I want one signature, two signatures. Actually, I think I'm going to do 3 signatures. And then I'm going to have a little extra. I'm trying to think right now if I think I want to do them separate. Hold on. I was just thinking, oh, let me just do them all. No, I want them separate. So to be able to tie it, I'm going to want 1, 2, 3 times the length. And I said I'm going to do 3 signatures, right? You could maybe do it 2.5 times the length, but I don't want to have to fuss around. And I want room. I don't want to have to fuss around with trying to tie a tiny little string at the end. Plus, I have those fun buttons. So I'm going to space these out. I want them to be separate from each other. They're like, they would all getting all kerfuffled. I was going to use the purple, wasn't I? That's alright. This will be fine, I think. Yeah, it's good and strong. Alright. And I don't need these to be perfectly even because I'm okay with, what's the word I want? I'm okay if they're not tied in the same spot on each one. Alright. I think I'm going to do a 3rd signature. I think it will work better if I do a 3rd one. I think my son's finally back with my car. Yay! Woohoo! Where's the tape? Now I'm going to take a piece of mailing tape and just going to place it on there and hope my strings stay fairly straight. And I'm going to wrap it around there. Now, I should have put I never remember to put my fabric on first. What is wrong with me? Fabric. I need some fabric. Anything? I don't think I have anything with purple. Let's just use a piece of canvas because I know that will be good and strong. And I can just rub it with some purple if I want to. I don't need much. Don't need much. Yep, like I said, my son is back. Apparently, it's big news. I don't need it that long. I don't know. Everyone's noticed it when they come in.
Maybe lost or something? You pull in?
Yeah, we've got a car sitting outside our house right now. We don't know who or why, or they're just sitting in their car.
What?
On their phone, listen. At least they stopped they had their engine running for a while. But,
what?
oh, is the engine still running? I think it's like not a Prius, but something like that. So it's
like a little,
some kind of little car that doesn't make a lot of sound. And it's just sitting right on the side, right beside our driveway. So it's across from the house across from us, I suppose. But it's, you know, it's not. Other than being in front of our house, our neighbor is a little further up, so it's not like they're just sitting in their car. They've been there for a while. Okay, so I did take a picture of it though, because you know, who knows these days. I need more space. I should have done this first. I don't know what I was... This is only my second time doing this kind of a... So I want the fabric. I think last time I sewed it. This time I'm going to staple it.
Wash your hands. You're going to clean up the dish.
I'm going to staple it.
What? Oh, you just got the new towel?
There we go. Should stay good if it's stapled. And that way, these will have something to protect them. Yes, I put them up last night. Oh, I don't know who took the towel off.
I just took the towel to wash them, though.
Okay, well, you're supposed to put new towels in. Oh my goodness. Everyone gets their own towel in our bathroom because I don't want to. I don't know. When I change mine, I change the boys.
Oh, you didn't change the boy? Yeah.
Mike gets to change his own.
The towel for you.
Alright.
You wash your hands. Now you're on the phone again.
Well, now I've done that. I kind of... This is going to show... No, this side's going to show, right? This side is going to show. This side will kind of show, but it's not going to show. It's going to get covered up. So, let's see. What do I want to do? I think I'm just going to do a piece of this. That's too short. Just so that when people look down the middle, they aren't seeing just messy. Okay. Oh my goodness. I was like, why'd that break off like that? Oh, duh, could you cut it, lady? That's why, lady. Should I do it with this one? I just want it to be pretty. I'm just doing it for pretty now. Let's use this now that I've ripped that. You do get a straighter edge if you rip it. That's why we are always ripping them. That's why, people. Just in case you ever wondered. Of course, that's got a thing down the middle, doesn't it? But, you know, I'll live with it. This is just so that if people, what in the world? It's just so if people look down in there, it won't be ugly. That's the only reason for it. That's the only reason I'm putting this on here. How sad is that? Is it sad? I don't know. I mean, right, I guess if they looked here, they would just see the brown tape, which isn't horrible. Now that I say that, you know what? I'm just going to use this. And I'll use, well, yeah, I'm just wasting fabric today. It's just... That's weird. Alright, now I'm just adding some glue so it will stick better. Probably could have done the fabric, not Fabri-Tac, the, what is the art glitter glue? That would make it stay, huh? I don't know. And if you're asking what's for dinner, what you making?
Hey, what are we making for
One of them cooks, the other one doesn't. Alright, so I don't need any, what's back here isn't really going to show unless you look down in there. And this is alright. I mean, that's how the book was when it was a book, so that shouldn't be a problem. There we go. Now this is going to get covered. Maybe with fabric. I don't know. I don't know. The neighbor across the street seems to be saying hello to the person in the car. Not sure what's happening there.
Yeah.
This is going to help it hold in place, but I will be gluing something over. This is good. Okay. I don't know who she's talking to. That other car is gone now. I don't know who she's talking to. Maybe somebody's walking their dog. Yeah, the person that was sitting outside our house for over an hour has left. Yes. They were there for a long time. Just sitting in their car, freaking me out. That's why I took a picture of them.
Yeah, what time did Daddy get home?
I didn't pay attention. Let's see, how long has this video been? Daddy's been home for probably about 45 minutes.
When I took the car, because I realized there would be a car in the driveway.
Alright, this is driving me crazy. I'm just gonna put it down. If this book doesn't last, you can tell me what I did wrong. I need longer scissors, that would be helpful. Alright. And you know what part of my problem is? I don't think I have my 1/4 inch here. I think what happened? I had a 1/4 inch. So with this in there, are these even gonna close? I'm gonna have to, oh man, why didn't y'all tell me? Say, hey lady, you lost your 1/4 inch when you put that tape around the edge. I might just see if cutting that off makes a difference. Maybe, maybe not. Oh my goodness. I'm new to, you know, using book covers and whatnot. Also, I cut it like to, and this is a little, alright. I wonder if I just, by the time I'm done, there's going to be nothing left to that. Oh, I guess we need another staple, at least that's good to know. Also need that one to stay down. Probably should use a real staple. I mean, bigger. I don't know. Thinking I might lose a little bit of bulk if I just take this off right here. Alright, let me get my pause while I do. And amazingly, I did not cut off the strings when I just cut off the edge. And yes, that's where the extra bulk was coming from. For sure. So now, still a little tight though. Does that go under it all? Yep, gonna have to trim that down a little. It's just a little trial and error. Let's move our strings to the side so we don't do anything stupid there. And I only need like the tiniest bit. I think. If I need more of a tiny bit, I'll... I'm gonna get that from... Oh no, I can't do it from the left side. Oh man. Just gonna have to do it from the left side because that fabric only wants to pull up, not down. So I gotta go this direction. I'm gonna have to use scissors on that. Scissors. It's just gonna have to be done. Move the strings out of the way. Very important. Can't see where the... There we go. Cut off the tiniest bit, but I do want that fabric bit cut off too because that's gonna be in my way as well. Try to cut straight. Okay, try it again. So if you struggle with binding your books, guess what? You're not alone. And I know one of the things you want to watch for is make sure you have enough space so your book will close well. There we go. That's better. still a tiny bit tight, but I'm afraid if I go much further. But the book will mostly close. And there, yeah, that's good. That'll work. It's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, move these out of the way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And you know what I need that I don't have right here? I had a piece the other day, but do you think I have it now? Nope, I do not. Oh, I'm so annoyed with myself right now. Let's see. See, can we just use the fabric? Or do we need the other thing too? I'm going to do this and then put the fabric over it because that's what I want to do. But I may go ahead and... No, I really need to get the stupid Tyvek. What else will work besides Tyvek? I don't know. Because if I just put this here without the Tyvek and glue it in, yeah, I definitely need. Alright, let me go find my stupid Tyvek, which I had, but I don't have. Wait a second. I added a couple more staples up here, and I used my scissors to make sure they were pressed down real good. Alright, I need to have this centered as much as possible so there's room on each end. And I'm not gluing this into here. So this is what's going to hold it on. This is just from a Tyvek envelope. And I have my brand new bottle of Fabrifix. So this should hopefully go smoothly. And I'm actually, usually I do it on the book, but I saw somebody say they do it on the paper. Although this isn't paper, but... And I don't know where my... I have one of those silicone little things, but do you think I know where it is right now? I'm just kind of doing this over near where it's okay if glue gets. So, yep. It's cold. Why is this glue so cold? Okay, so I have about 1/2 inch or so on either side of the spine, and ooh, that glue off of there. And now I do want to, what do they call it, burnish it. Hoping it got to the ends. And then I need to kind of press this down into that crevice that we need to make sure a crevice is there. And hopefully any glue that was on this is holding on to the sides. So, and now I kind of just gotta let that dry. I was hoping to finish this in this video because it is the last day of May and this was a mixed media May project, but oh well. Might have to go one day over on it. And I don't even really want to try to close this yet until, but I might go ahead and put fabric on, but I just need to decide, do I want to go all the way over with the fabric or do I want to just do the middle here? I don't know what to do because I definitely need to do something here, even if it's just like a coat of paint, and then I'll probably put some pockets here. I'm just worried if I paint, because this is what happens when I paint, I make such a mess that it goes to the other side, and I need a way to protect the other side. And also, where did my little red cover go? Any covers of any of the, oh good, okay. The last time that I cut this, the glue wasn't coming out, so I cut it further down and I cut it too far down, and that, but I didn't this time. It comes out and it still gets on there good, so I'm happy about that. Yay! And there's a cover to this somewhere. There it is. Found it. Yes, I know, I need to clean my craft area. Well, I need to because I have a new cutting mat that I want to put down, and then I'll have this plastic piece for when I do other stuff to go on top of the cutting mat when I'm making messes. I know, and then my little, which this is plastic too. This was a piece of fabric. Well, fabric plastic. It was in the remnant section at Joann Fabrics. That's where I got that. So this is gonna get covered, whether you see it in a video or not. You know, you might not. I just might do a final flip through of this when I'm done with it. So each of these strings are gonna come around and be tied. Fit to be tied. Oh shoot, I hope they're long. Yeah, I did like 3, right? So it should be long enough, yeah. So I will tie each one off, except for I'm going to make sure I match them up. That's why it didn't seem long enough. I had the wrong ones. That's a good way to know. And, oh shoot. Why is that? Oh, there we go. Make sure I have them in the right place when I do it. So there'll be 3 of these and be tied nice and tight. And put the buttons on them, and this is a thin enough thread so it'll go through the buttons, and I can just tie them on the end. I think maybe even make a line of them. We'll see. I'm not even sure what I did with those buttons. I see my farmhouse buttons there, but not the 70s ones. They're around here. Oh, there they are. So yeah, I'm gonna cover the inside of the book, cover this, tie my signatures, put my signatures in. Put some pockets here possibly, and yeah, I'm not going to do that on screen, on camera. I'm going to work on that tonight and then do a final flip through. So thank you for joining me. I'm not sure if I'll attach the final flip through at the end of this video or if I'll do a fresh video. So I hope you enjoyed all the multitudes of media I actually showed you today with the ink, the paper dyeing, and the eco printing, and you know, working on our junk journal, which has our painting and our stamping. And I haven't decided if I kind of like this the way it is. I kind of don't want to touch it, but I may spray, put on a coat of varnish at some point, just so that because it's going to a teenager, so it might get a little bit. Oh, and then the closure. I just need to figure out the closure and figure out what I want to do with that. So that's it. Have a delightful day, everybody. Bye. Much love. I've been painting. Yay.